back to the Project Bebo channel. My name is Ray Manangi.
And my name is Gokul Narayan.
Alright, so before we throw off to the topic of today's video, I kind of had to do a story time about what happened to our channel for the last... When's the last time we uploaded, Gokul? I don't remember.
I think a month ago. So,
yeah.
October beginning maybe. Or something.
October, something like that. I think we didn't... So I think our last video was right before the NBA Finals, and I think that was a pre-recorded video too. Here's the thing. We got busy with our lives at school and stuff, and we couldn't. Not a lot of us didn't we didn't do any solo videos and group videos. We couldn't do much of those either over the time. We have some videos that were recorded after me and Gokul had a reaction to the NBA Finals after it ended. That video will be coming out soon. Then after that, we had a whole coming back party where we had almost everyone in the team, and we recorded a whole 1 hour podcast style video of just us talking about basketball and NBA and even some football when we were talking about a little bit. That will also be coming soon, and this one might be the first one that's coming out of those batch of videos. This one is the NBA offseason moves. We're just gonna talk about all the moves some teams made and some controversies that were happening, storylines and all that type of stuff. First thing I really would like to talk about is tampering. So
okay.
So the tampering in sports in general is just kind of wonky a little bit. In the NBA, it's kind of biased. Lakers, I'll be the first one to admit the Lakers tamper the most out of any team I have ever seen, and all they get is $500K fines, which is a lot of money put to the people who are working for them. That means nothing. Unlike the Bucks, who might get their whole Bogdanovich thing, where so apparently on Monday or something this week, whenever their trades were starting to happen, the Bucks and Kings came into agreement where they'll do a sign-in trade to get Bogdanovich, but that's before free agency started. So Bogdanovich didn't have a contract, so that's kind of tampering, and the league is investigating into the Bucks, and the Bucks might lose something, right? And then, but they got in trouble for that, but that's called tampering, and the Bucks unfortunately will not get Bogdanovich, as Bogdanovich actually is signing with the Hawks, unless the Kings match the offer. So, and then a team like the Lakers, who tampers all the time, the whole AD situation, that's pretty much tampering. I'm surprised the Lakers didn't get any punishment for that, while the Bucks are going to get punishment for this Bogdanovich thing. It's just so biased to big market teams, while small market teams have to take the L. There was controversy with Kevin Garnett's Timberwolves back in the day, where they lost 3 first-round picks because of tampering incidents. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, tampering, I feel just let it be. It's always gonna happen. Just let it be. Who cares?
I think so too, but I think taking away draft picks is too major. Because that's really your future. Fines here and there don't matter too much, but yeah.
Yeah, Gokul, I only know about tampering the NBA sense. Do you know in other sports league is it really that major?
No, not really. Cause I've never heard of it that famously compared to the Lakers situation. So if it happens, probably being hidden pretty well.
Okay, that's crazy. And next thing we quickly want to talk about the max extensions for players real quick. We got Jason Tatum, De'Aaron Fox, and Mitchell, all from the 2017 draft class, all got their max extensions. I'm pretty sure Brandon Ingram should be getting one soon. I don't know what happened to him. But Tatum, Mitchell, De'Aaron Fox, who's a little bit the surprising one on the De'Aaron Fox.
I mean, he did really good last season, but I didn't see a max really yet. But
I thought they would wait it how the Pelicans waited on Brandon Ingram, and now he's an all-star and everything. So we'll see. But I think De'Aaron Fox is a max player in his prime. We'll see if he's really worth the money. I think Tatum and Mitchell definitely deserve it.
Well deserved, yeah.
Yeah, because of their playoff runs and how great they are as players. Tatum's almost top 10 player. Mitchell's a top 20. Those guys deserve their max extensions, and they also have I think they have things where they make the All NBA team again. Gokul, they get their contracts get boosted too.
Mm-hmm.
So right now they're on the current rookie max extension. But then if they get into All NBA teams, their thing gets up. So there's $165 million right now. But if they get All NBA teams, contract will be worth $200 million at the end.
Yeah, I remember that happened to Klay Thompson a little while back, last year. So
yeah,
but that All NBA team boosted.
Yeah, so that's great for them. They're getting money. A quick Jason Tatum story time. I'm not sure if you've heard of this, Gokul. Jason Tatum said in an interview the only money he has ever used in his since he went to the NBA is money from endorsement deals. He hasn't touched his money that he made from his contract yet.
Oh,
Yeah, I was shocked when I heard that too. So
that's pretty humble. Yeah.
yeah, I know it's humbling. It also proves how much endorsement deals you give people, but we'll see. Okay, now we should talk about the main teams. Like, okay, quick thoughts on the draft, real quick. I thought it was pretty uneventful for the lottery. Then after the lottery, like some moves happened here and there. Just like the typical draft day type of moves. You know, like teams are trying to do some quick changes, trying to revamp rosters. Like Philadelphia, they traded that roster, improved a lot, in my opinion. And then Anthony Edwards went number 1. I'm just gonna say the top 3 picks: Anthony Edwards 1, James Wiseman 2, and LaMelo 3. After that, everyone else, I didn't follow the draft too heavily this year. I don't know much, but I know there's like Danny Avdija who went to the Wizards at 9. That felt like a steal. The Magic got Cole Anthony at 15. The Nuggets got RJ Hampton at 24, which is kind of a steal. I know. The Hawks got Onyeka Okongwu, who's actually pretty good. I like his game a lot.
He's a pretty good defender.
I feel like the Bulls made one of the worst.
I had no idea what was going on for the number 4 pick, but
yeah, Patrick Williams. When the Bulls drafted him, I was like, who? And I was like, and people were saying, okay, recently in mock drafts he's been like projected to be like top 10 pick. And then I googled him, did some quick analysis. He came off the bench during his college season and he averaged like 8 points. Apparently he has an extremely high upside, and it's like high reward but like kind of high risk situation here, and the Bulls are just betting on his upside at this point. 4th overall pick. I think they really wanted LaMelo, but they couldn't get a trade with the Warriors or the Hornets to get LaMelo, so that sucked for them.
Yeah, really quick about LaMelo Ball. He's definitely the best passer in the draft. Has the best playmaking skill. My only question is, how will he fit in with the NBA style? Because we know he's been playing in Australia, so he's been playing with bigger people. But keep in mind, he's not even 19 yet, right? He's still 18, so he's still really young. So my question is, how will he develop physically? Because driving in is going to become a problem, and his shot is not the best. So I'm just curious to see how he's going to score. But for playmaking, he's definitely the best passer. And I'm going to go as far to say he's better than Lonzo at passing. But defense-wise, definitely not. So that's just, I'm curious to see that side.
Yeah, the reason why, like Goko said, he's better than Lonzo passing. Lonzo is like the best, probably the best transition passer in the game. But Lonzo half court passing, he can't do much off the dribble. Like LaMelo, he can actually take people off the dribble. That's why I see him will have initial success. But I understand about you're saying like he's not gonna be strong enough. But he did say that's something he's working on, trying to get stronger. Like he already been pinpointed as his weakness. He needs to get stronger so he can absorb content and take these layups like LeBron or something like that. My thing on LaMelo, I think he's gonna be fine in the NBA. He might be an all-star. He might be a future All-NBA first-team player, something like that. My question is Anthony Edwards. The dude had some weird comments before the draft.
Really?
He said basketball is not his love. Football is my love. He said if I had to leave, if I had a chance to play in a football team, I would leave the NBA or some stuff. He said some weird stuff like that. He says he doesn't consider basketball as his main love. He said he can't even watch basketball. Okay,
that's kind of weird.
Yeah. But I watched some videos on Anthony Edwards trying to figure out how good he is. He's really good at going into the basket, and he kind of has this weird thing where he just shoots a lot of threes, but they don't go in. But when he has confidence, that shows me that he will take that shot to the next level. But who knows if they're going in? He feels like another Andrew Wiggins in the making.
Yeah, hopefully the Timberwolves, they don't need another Andrew Wiggins right now, but I still think that he was the best choice because I don't think they could do much with LaMelo. They already have D'Angelo Russell. And James Wiseman, they don't need him. They already have Karl Anthony Towns. So, and then there's Denny, but I don't see him going first. That's too high even for him. So, I think they have to do that.
People like to compare Denny to Luka, but the thing is, Denny's game is... When Luka came into the league, he actually had more he was a little bit more skillful and he was able to get it. Denny is more like you need to wait for him to like build up his game. This is like right now he's just like he will be like a role player. He's not gonna be like a Luka type player. So it's a long term thing for Denny Avdia. But that'll transition us into talking about the Warriors, who drafted Wiseman. We're going to talk about the Warriors, all the moves they made too. So, unfortunately, you guys all heard the news. Klay Thompson got injured. I think it was a torn Achilles. Prayers up for Klay Thompson. Hopefully, a good return. When this guy comes back, he'll show why he's been one of the best players in the league for the last few years. But to me, that Klay Thompson injury was hard. And then Warriors kept making moves, which got me interested. I think the Warriors are still committed to this season, not going to take it like how they took last season.
Yeah, they're definitely not going to let it slide away. But obviously, it's impossible to replace Klay. So, I like the what's his name? Sorry,
Kelly Oubre.
Yeah, Kelly Oubre. Sorry. Yeah, I like that pickup. He's definitely getting better at shooting and a good defender. Same level as Klay Thompson, but shooting wise, definitely not the same level. So I think he's a good fit for this year. But the thing with Klay that I'm most concerned about is like coming back already. It was not sure how he would adapt after the ACL. But now another big injury is there, so it's definitely going to be a tough recovery. But he can definitely do it. He's not been getting these major type of injuries, which is why it's kind of crazy because he's gotten two of the most devastating injuries in 2 consecutive years. So yeah, that's about that. But then for the Warriors trying to fill that gap, there's not much they could do. They're doing their best. They also picked up Ken Bazemore today, re-signing him, and Brad Wanamaker yesterday. So as you said, they're still trying to make a push, but it's going to be hard. But I think they're definitely playoff seed locked. But championship questions are, kind of thrown out of the picture. But I don't know. They could surprise us, which is why I'm interested for the season.
Yeah, the reason why I'm more interested into the season is for Curry to have one of those like Harden or Westbrook type MVP seasons. Because like Curry's gonna win the scoring title. This is my bold prediction. Curry's gonna win the scoring title. He's gonna average like 9-10 assists, and he's gonna win the MVP. And the Warriors are gonna be a 4th seed. That's just my prediction for the Warriors this year. My
concern though, when Curry has to overtake the
injured.
space, he gets injured. We've seen it last season. That's why. Definitely, he can. If he's healthy, he can definitely be the scoring leader and all that. My main worry is he healthy or not? But yeah.
Okay, yeah. So barring any injuries, I think Curry will win the MVP. He will win the scoring title and probably win the assist thing too, and probably lead in the league in steals too. Because that's just my guess. But the reasons why I'm saying this, I think Curry needs one of these seasons, or one of these like dominant seasons. Like he had his MVP where he won 73-9, but he was with like great roster. This roster is not that roster, right? So like if you had one of these seasons, like the Harden MVP season or like the Westbrook MVP season, to Curry's legacy, that will help him a lot. That's just my opinion, but I'm predicting that this will happen. I predict he'll average 34 points, 9 assists, 2.5 steals, something like that. He's gonna do. It's gonna be crazy.
I don't know that much, but I know if he's healthy, he's for sure the MVP, and we've seen why in past years, so no question about that.
Goku's not even as high. To me, I have a weird relationship with Steph Curry. I always know he's the best point guard in the game, but it's like he's always plays against like LeBron, so it always makes it hard for me to root for him when he's playing against my team. But like, Curry's what the second or third best player in the league when healthy.
Yeah,
no question.
Just injuries, another big thing. But
yeah, I hope he doesn't get injured because then I want to see. Like,
I want to be like devastated if he gets injured because this past 2 seasons has just been injuries on top of injuries. Yeah.
But I like the Kelly Oubre thing. I also like the Warriors cap manipulation.
Klay Thompson's injury gave them that they had to get that 9.8, right? So
no, I don't think that got approved. But like the Warriors are so good, like using the cap. Like I was learning more about how this salary cap works. Warriors, there's some weird things that happen with the Warriors finessing the cap. But I feel like teams need to get smarter using their cap. Some teams just don't play it right. Like the Warriors had like 3 max contracts at one point. Had like Andre Iguodala, Draymond Green, and they were still able to get like people from mid levels. And
they were taking turns between Curry and KD. Like KD was really like for a player. Then he was willing to take on less just to stay, which is I really respect that. But I think Bob Myers is just a special man, and he's been one of the best GMs in the past year. So there's that.
Yeah, but you guys got Wiseman. I like Wiseman a lot. He was, if he played all of college, I believe he would have been like the number one pick, depending if he was not gonna, if the Timberwolves didn't get that number one pick. But Wiseman, I think Wiseman, because he doesn't have the upside like LaMelo or Edwards has, but he's your best bet in this draft. He doesn't have that bust potential that Edwards or LaMelo might have. He's the safe pick out of the three. You see what I'm saying, Goku?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, so I think Wiseman's a great pickup. I don't know how great defensively he's going to be in your first season, but I think he's going to be great offensively because the Warriors need the offense at this point. And then also the Warriors got Brad Wanamaker and Kent Bazemore. I really wanted the Lakers to sign Kent Bazemore. We'll talk about the Lakers after. But Kent Bazemore was a clutch steal because especially now he's going to play for like a contract because next year all the role players are signing to low-level deals so they can get money next year.
Yeah, and the good thing is Kent Bazemore already has experience with the Warriors.
When did he play for the Warriors?
He wasn't there when Kerr was there, but or maybe I think he was there when Mark Jackson was there. But he's played with Curry, so yeah, and Green too. So I think that's a good fit.
Oh, I think that's the reason why he probably picked them over the Lakers.
Yeah,
familiarity to that team. Yeah, you guys, and then Kelly Oubre, he's not a Thompson replacement. He did average like 19 points last season. If he brings 19 points to this Warriors team, and plus like you have Eric Pascal, I feel like he's gonna make a little bit of jump. I think
he's definitely gonna make a drop, but I think the starting lineup will be Curry, Oubre. I don't know if Pascal will start small forward. He's usually power forward, so I have to see. Probably Wiggins will continue to start.
Oh yeah, you have Wiggins. I forgot about Wiggins.
Yeah, and then Draymond and Wiseman. But Wiggins, yeah, that's a big question. How is he gonna do?
Wiggins, yeah. I think Wiggins and Oubre is like a way to, like, if you're trying to figure out something like on a rebuilding phase, that's a good thing. But like we'll see what happens with Wiggins and Oubre. I think Oubre, if he doesn't work out, he might get traded.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're going to keep him next year when Klay comes back, because I feel this is kind of like the D'Angelo Russell repeat, but a little bit less. Because as you guys know, they picked D'Angelo Russell as a replacement to Klay for that year, right? And they traded him before Klay came back to the court. So I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, same. Okay, next team we're going to talk about, I guess, should we just hop into the Lakers, Gogo?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, wow. That's the only word I have to say when I look at the Lakers offseason. Wow. Okay, so let me give you my personal experience. Like, let me talk about what was happening. So I think like trades that are on Monday, right? People were talking about like we got Dennis Schroeder on Monday. Right, for finesse, we gave up Danny Green, and like a first round pick for Dennis Schroeder.
Is he on the Thunder or?
He's on the Sixers now. So we got rid of Danny Green and a first round pick that we weren't going to use anyways. To Dennis Schroeder, potential 6th man of the year. I think he got snubbed, but who cares? We got Dennis Schroeder. I was like, okay, good pickup. In my head, I was like, oh, are we bringing back the same roster plus Dennis Schroeder, or what's our deal here? Well, I was trying to figure out how the Lakers are playing this offseason. And obviously, it all came to a shock to me what transpired. So on Wednesday, when draft happened, the Lakers didn't really make any moves. The Dennis Schroeder trade got confirmed after the draft ended. We got Dennis Schroeder, and he came. Then Thursday, a lot of people are theorizing about, okay, they'll probably get Wesley Matthews. They're probably going to try to re-sign Dwight Howard. Avery Bradley's going to come back. They'll try to get Keith Morris. They'll probably get some random people, right? Whoever. Then Friday hits, right? So what happens here is like, okay, Friday hits 3 p.m. Our time, right? Okay, 3 p.m. So we got Wes Matthews within like the first 30-40 minutes. I'm like, okay, Wes Matthews is a pretty good player. He's an excellent defender and he's scholarship. So like we were paying $3.6 million for him for what Danny Green did to us for $15 million last year. So that was a steal, right? And Wes Matthews is a better defender. There's clips of this dude locking up like everyone. It's unbelievable, all over Laker fan pages. And then Dwight Howard scenario came out of nowhere. I see Dwight Howard tweeted saying, "I wouldn't want to wear any jersey but purple and gold." 10 minutes later, a tweet gets deleted, and he dips to the 76ers. So my personal opinion is like, what happened here, Dwight Howard? Where are you snaking on it? So then I tweeted, all the Lakers did in the first hour free agency was sign Wesley Matthews, and we lost Dwight Howard. Right? So I commented on like an Instagram post saying, hey, the Lakers have been kind of quiet to start free agency. I think something big is gonna happen. 30 minutes later, Montrezl Harrell signs with the LA Lakers. My face was like, dang. Wow. I was surprised that he actually left the Clippers to go to the Lakers. That was a crazy. And that's what also I think Dwight Howard found out that Carroll was coming, so he just left at that point. He was like, okay, I'll just go to the Sixers. I think Dwight Howard should have waited. What was the point of going to the Sixers, bro?
I don't know, but he's shown that he still has game, so I don't think he want to waste that. As you said, with Montrezl Harrell coming in, his role will definitely be limited. So I think he just left.
Yeah, his role will be definitely limited when we talk about our next player. Okay, so then
I didn't see coming at all. I don't know.
Okay, Montrezl Harrell, I didn't see that coming at all. It was the shock of that Friday for me. Then Saturday, it was all about what we're gonna do with KCP or we're gonna get Bogdanovic. Right? So I was theorizing, okay, we're probably gonna do a KCP, JaVale McGee sign and trade for Bogdanovic, because if you add their contracts up, approximately that'll be like 17 million. That's how much he got offered by from the Hawks for 17 million a year. But the trade talks fell through, and we just signed KCP for 3 years, $40 million. He definitely deserved it. He had the most Lakers threes in a postseason ever. He broke Kobe's record, so he deserves it. If he's the one player to get paid from that thing, it was him, Rondo, and Dwight who should have got paid. Rondo got his payday on Saturday too. He went to the Hawks. Rondo didn't snake on the Lakers and go to the Clippers like everyone was theorizing. And my guess is the media just made up the Rondo to Clippers thing. So, that's just my guess. It didn't really make any sense to me why Rondo would go to the Clippers, right, Google?
Yeah.
So the media might be fabricating that story. But Rondo went to the Hawks because we couldn't offer him more than a veterans minimum at that point. So then we got KCP back, 3 years, $40 million. That's the 12-year deal. And then we're pretty much at hard cap at that point. So I was like, okay, we're just gonna sign veteran minimum. So I was like, okay, why don't we get Kent Bazemore? The Warriors stole him today, right? The Warriors took him today.
Today.
Yeah. So then I was like, okay, I wanted Kent Bazemore, I wanted Langston Galloway, I wanted some guard off the bench who could do something like Alfred Payton. He went to the Knicks, so whatever. So then I was like, okay, I think free agency is pretty much done for the Lakers. We're just gonna make some small moves like Langston Galloway or something like that's gonna come. And I see Serge Ibaka go to the Clippers. And I was like, okay, Clippers were low-key losing the offseason, but they got Serge Ibaka, so that kind of saved their offseason a little bit from being an out. Now we'll talk about today. So I woke up today seeing that the Lakers, Mavericks, and Raptors are all teams' consideration for Marc Gasol. I was like, Marc Gasol, okay. And then a couple hours later, Willie Cauley-Stein re-signed with the Mavericks, and then so the Mavericks backed out of the Marc Gasol consideration. So that was a few hours ago. So that Lakers said they were trying to find a way to clear up some more cap space for Marc Gasol to join the team. Right, so then so that's obviously the odd man out at that point, JaVale McGee. So we were trying to figure out how to trade JaVale McGee for a few hours, and then we finally traded JaVale McGee. I think it was to the Cavs.
Yeah.
So we got Jordan Bell and Alfonso McKinney back. I think we're gonna waive Jordan Bell and probably keep Alfonso McKinney because McKinney is probably a little bit useful. I remember him from the Warriors.
He's a great defender and a scorer. And then Bell, I don't know what happened to him. That first year in the Warriors, he was predicted to be what do you call it?
Draymond Green light.
Yeah, he's like Draymond Green, one of the steals that lasted for 1 year, and then he went to Timberwolves, and now he's here. But he'll probably get waived.
Yeah, so we'll waive him. We're able to clear the cap space, and we signed Marc Gasol. I don't know the financials of the deal yet, but my guess is near 5-6 mil a year for him, something like that. But that's a steal. We get Marc Gasol, and our lineup looks kind of cool right now. So we have Ron at the 1. We'll probably have Wes Matthews at the 2, KCP at the 3, Davis at the 4, Marc Gasol at the 5. And I'm coming off our bench. We have Schroeder, Harold, Alex Caruso, and Kyle Kuzma, and against McKinney at that point. and we're gonna sign some players to fill out. We still have Jared Dudley. I forget about him. But yeah, Lakers.
Do you still have Kostas?
Oh, we might have Kostas too. So
Yeah.
wow. Rob Pelinka. I didn't realize he's this good of a GM. I'm not even gonna like my lifetime of being like a LeBron fan. I always remember like when he was on the Cavs with I think David Griffin was his GM at some point in the Cavs. They were never making moves like this Lakers teammate, bro. Like if LeBron was still under the Cavs management, we would run it back with the same team. Like those re-sign everyone and just run it back how they did that.
Yeah, I guess like every year the team was pretty much the same, except that one year they decided to trade everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, but this year the roster changed, and like Rob Pelinka said, he doesn't want to be stalemated. He wants to get better. As he sees the whole league getting better, he's getting better. He's trying to make sure his roster is the best ever, best it can be. So you got Carroll, Schroeder, Wes Matthews, and Marc Gasol. 4 excellent replacements to Rondo, was it Dwight Howard and Avery Bradley at that point, and we're still gonna make some small minor minimum contract moves, so that's great. And it also kind of sucks for me because after the Montrezl Harrell signing, I did record a video for the channel. That won't be going up because it's now outdated because Marc Gasol got signed. That's why we're partially recording this video to talk about more of the moves. But yeah, Lakers. I think concerning what happens to the Warriors, I think the Lakers are gonna win the Western Conference. The Clippers kind of gave me a little bit.
Yeah, their chances are definitely much higher now, but you don't want to make any predictions just yet. But they're definitely big favorites right now.
Yeah, big favorites, and then we're playing the Nets, who I think have the second best roster in the league. With when they re-signed Harris and they got Shamet from a trade, so like that was crazy for the Nets. Yeah, but Lakers, good roster, excellent news from Rob Pelinka. I think he's gonna win Executive of the Year at the end of the year because I don't think anyone made moves like him so far this offseason to deserve Executive of the Year. But yeah,
you want to move on to the Hawks next? Though they did make some pretty good moves. So.
Yeah, we'll talk about the Hawks. Hawks. So I kind of mentioned them with the Lakers a little bit. So Hawks are. I think the biggest one we'll talk about is Bogdanovic. They offered him the deal. The Kings have like 48 hours to match the offer. I don't know if the Kings are gonna match the offer or not because I think Kim and Buddy Hield will have kind of like a little bit. I think it's kind of awkward with both of them. So we'll see. I think their guaranteed moves are Danilo Gallinari, which I thought was weird because he did say that he would rather play for a championship and then get money. But I guess he took the money instead.
The Hawks are looking like a pretty exciting team. Like Gallinari was really good on the Nuggets. Not much really on the Thunder, but yeah, it's. I think they have a shot at the 8th seed.
Yeah, me too. But I also like what they did bringing defenders. So, like, you know how Trae Young and whoever he was playing, like Kevin Huerter or whoever his two guard, were the worst defensive backcourt in the league. So they got Rondo and Chris Dunn, who were defensive specialists, right? So like,
they got Chris Dunn too. Yeah.
So great moves for them. And if they get Bogdanovic, and they also got
they drafted Oneka also. So
yeah. I heard John Collins might be on the move after this season.
What? Really?
Yeah. I think that's partially what's happening right now. I heard Hawks are hesitant giving John Collins a max, which I think is kind of weird. I think John Collins deserves a max because the dude was really good last year when he was not injured. He was he probably was the underrated player. He was probably the most underrated because he didn't get any like most improved player or even like any of those type of awards. But he was injured a lot, so who knows? But I think because they want to have money because after they get Bogdanovic, right? Where's the money?
Yeah.
So
they're gonna lose a lot of talent if that happens, but
yeah, I think the Bogdanovic thing is just like a security blanket when John Collins leaves. So, and it doesn't look like the Kings are gonna match it because they probably would have matched it by now. But we'll see. I think the Hawks 8th seed bound probably, but who made the 8th seed last year? The Magic. I think the Magic got a little bit better too.
Not really. Like compared to these seeds that didn't make it, like Charlotte and Atlanta, they didn't do too much. They drafted Cole Anthony, which is a great, one of the best picks, but they didn't do much in free agency, if I remember correctly.
Isn't Evan Fournier a free agent right now?
Yeah, I think you mentioned to me that he wants to leave, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he wants to go to the Clippers or something. He said. So, yeah, the Magic got worse. Who was the 7th seed?
7th seed was Pistons?
Brooklyn.
No, Brooklyn. We're going to
Okay,
say.
so
Brooklyn's definitely going to be first or second.
yeah, okay. So I think the 8th seed is the one that's up for grabs. I think the Hawks and Hornets. I think we're gonna talk about the Hornets more in depth next, but I think the Hawks have a better chance because they got better defensively. And if they could get Bogdanovich, that just works in their favor for their future too. Instead of because I don't think they're paying John Collins a max. I think John Collins is probably gonna go to the Knicks next year.
They need him.
They need him. But they already have Obi Toppin, but they're still going to sign John Collins anyway.
Obi Toppin is a good draft pick for the Knicks, but Stephen A. Smith was like, "Oh, we need a point guard. We need a point guard." But Obi Toppin is definitely good talent for them, so something a little bit to be proud of for Knicks fans.
Yeah, but when they sign John Collins next year, I'm not sure if you guys are gonna be proud, but we'll see. Okay, now we'll talk about the Hornets. Interesting moves they made. They drafted LaMelo, a great pick. Both believe they got Gordon Hayward for that incredible contract.
Yeah, I didn't think he would be getting paid that much, especially after last year. But the Hornets, they need some players, so they of course they would be the ones that pay him $30 million. But yeah,
that was a crazy contract, and I think those are their biggest moves. They drafted they got some more rookies and their younger team. To me, I'm not sure what Gordon Hayward's motivations are at this point. I don't know if he he opted out of his player option, which made me think he's probably going to try to go into a team where he thought he could have a better chance of contending. But instead, he took the quick money. I think after this Hornets contract, I think he's going to become the mid-level exception player people are going to try to hunt for.
Maybe, yeah.
But I think the Hornets don't have. I think it really depends on how good LaMelo Ball is off the gates. Like rookie season, LaMelo Ball plays rookie of the year levels. I think the Hornets might be able to get past Atlanta for the 8th seed, but it's between the Hornets and Atlanta for the 8th seed. Who do you think is going to get in the 8th seed? I'm predicting Atlanta because they're just more.
Yeah, definitely Atlanta. And I feel, are we missing anyone else?
The Pistons.
Pistons, yeah, they'll probably still. Oh, Derrick Rose, is he re-signing?
Oh, he's still there in the Pistons.
Yeah, they might still be in it, but
we can never doubt the Magic because they have one of the better coaches in the league, Steve Clifford. So
yeah, and Cole Anthony is another great addition to their team's more or less the same. So
yeah,
they can only get better. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the reason why I still think the Magic probably I'll put Magic, Hawks, Charlotte, because I just think the Magic coach Steve Clifford, I'm probably one of the guys who's more high on him because I think he's just an excellent coach. He just coaches well. So I think I think
the Hornets he was.
Yeah, but the problem was the Hornets never had a good roster to give him.
That's true.
And even the Magic don't have a good roster to give him, but when he has. But he's an excellent coach, so we'll see what he does. But I think just based on coaching, I think I'll give it to him because Lloyd Pierce and who's the Hornets coach? I don't know.
Let me Google that.
Yeah, Google that real quick. The Hornets coach is
Borrego.
James who?
Borrego.
I never heard of him. I don't know him too much, so I don't know how good. Yeah, but I think coaching wise, I'll give the edge to Magic. So we'll see what happens there.
The Hornets will go as far as LaMelo Ball can take. It all depends on how his rookie season is, as you said.
Yeah. Next team we would like to talk about is the Sixers, and after that we'll probably call it quits.
Yeah.
Sixers. So interesting. Daryl Morey is. I think there's something about him for the last 10 years he has made the most trades out of every GM. I think Sam Presti's right behind him. Those guys are beating records.
Sam Presti, I don't even know what he's doing.
We should talk about the Thunder too.
You want to talk about them right now because they have how many picks in the next 2 years draft? That's way too much.
We can talk about them together because they both kind of made trades with together.
Yeah, 17 picks, right?
Yeah, 17 or 18 at this point. Who knows? So the Sixers, they got Danny Green. Got rid of Hal Orford's contract, which was unbelievable, and they got Seth Curry and they got rid of Josh Richardson's contract. Now they have legitimate shooters. I thought Josh Richardson would be great for them. It looks like he forgot how to play basketball when he decided to move from Miami to Philly. So hopefully he can go back to his Miami self because Josh Richardson was a baller in Miami. So
Yeah.
So they floor space. They changed up the roster. Do you think this team is gonna be better than what happened with last year because of the floor spacing? There's something about like how JJ Redick, Simmons, and Embiid were like plus 30 when they're on the court together.
JJ Redick's not there anymore.
You know, but like when they had, like, I'm just giving an example, like how when JJ Redick was there, they were
when
plus,
he was there, yeah.
Yeah, they were plus 30.
I think they definitely got a good shooter in Seth Curry, but they got rid of Al Horford's contract, but they have to maybe sign someone else for another contention. But there's no one really left, so
yeah. No, I think I'll argue like people. If you just look at stats, Seth Curry's the best shooter of all time. But
yeah, definitely.
But like, does he have the gravity as JJ Redick? We'll see. When the Sixers play, does Seth Curry really have that gravity that JJ Redick had? Because when JJ Redick, Ben Simmons, and Embiid were on the floor, they were plus 30. So let's see how much impact Seth Curry has. Danny Green, I don't expect much. If he couldn't do it for the Lakers, what makes me think he'll do it for Doc Rivers and the 76ers? And then Dwight Howard's there. 76ers is interesting. I think they improved the roster and they're probably like the second or third seed, but we'll see. Next, we have the Thunder, and that'll be our final team we'll discuss. Okay, the Thunder. They pretty much traded everyone. They traded Chris Paul to the Suns. They traded Steven Adams to the Pelicans. They just got a bunch of first-round picks. They already had a lot from Westbrook and Paul George trades. They have 18, and their roster is extremely young at this point, too.
I don't think that's a good thing. You always want to have a couple veterans, too. Now that they have Al Horford, at least.
Yeah, they have Al Horford and Trevor Ariza as a veteran, I guess.
But too many picks is not a good idea. Like, definitely, I originally thought what Sam Presti was doing was pretty smart, but now I don't know what he's doing. He's just taking up the whole draft board, and you're not going to have that much space. You're going to have to trade them or cut them, so I don't know.
That's the advantage of it, bro. Because when players are early in their league, they still have value based on potential. So if they didn't pan out for the Thunder, they can trade them and they can still get value out of it.
Yeah, that's true. But
here's my thing: they have 18 picks. At least 4 or 5 of them are going to pan out just like some super. Like one of them is going to be an all-time generational type player, and then we'll get some, and they'll probably get some all-stars out of them.
Yeah. At least some of them have to be good, but some of them are going to be bust.
Some of them are going to be bust. When you have so many, you have that syndrome where you like too many choices. You just pick whatever works. But I think I'm sad to say I don't think this team's timeline will fit with Shea's career too. So I think I don't think Shea's going to get traded anytime soon. But I think like 5 like if he's still in Thunder like 6 years from now, he'll be like 28 years old. I think he'll be traded. I don't think the timeline fits exactly. Yeah.
I think they might build around him. Like I think he's their new Russell Westbrook, their franchise player for like this new team in the coming years because they really don't have anyone else, and Shea's only getting better. So I think he'll fit with their system really well. And
I guess Shea will show if he'll be a franchise player this season. Shea's from Kentucky.
That's true. Yeah, no Chris Paul to help him anymore. Yeah. So.
Yeah, there's like 20
for the next couple of years, then I don't see them making a contention.
Yeah, that's the point, bro. They need their own picks to work too.
Yeah, that's true. They might tank a little bit.
Yeah, they're probably gonna try to see if they can get some tank or try to tank or something. But yeah, I think the Thunder are like one of the more interesting teams for the next few years, seeing how these picks line up and see who they draft with them. It's like, who knows who they'll draft, because some of these picks are in 2025 and like no one knows any prospects in 2025 yet. So like,
yeah, what are they like? Yeah, they're probably like the same grade as us.
Who knows? I think like even then, like those 2025 picks, like especially from the Clippers and like the Rockets, those are gonna be like some of the more interesting ones. Because who knows how the Clippers and Rockets are gonna be 5 years from now?
Yeah. Wait, you want to talk about the Rockets really quick? Like, what's gonna happen with them? Because they're one of the biggest questions. Like, I definitely don't see Westbrook or Harden. Like, at least one of them has to move. Because if they're both there, there's gonna be some problems. So
I think Harden has 2 years left on his deal. He's not going to get traded this year. He'll get traded next offseason when it's 1 year. But the Rockets are going to get a finesse because it's just a 1 year contract. So the deal is going to be kind of weird because like, you know how the finesses go.
Yeah.
But I see Harden being the easier one to trade. And like if I'm the Rockets, because Harden's the easier one to trade, and Westbrook is the one you're going to be kind of complicated to trade, I would consider, okay, why don't we trade Harden and see if we can build around Westbrook if you guys still want to be relevant. That's just my guess. Because that's when you...
I saw Harden to the Warriors, rumor, and they'd be giving up Wiseman, Wiggins, I think Paschal, and something else. But
that would work.
I don't know why they would ever do that. Because for this year maybe, but Harden and Curry, I don't see that working out. I think with Clay and Curry, they're the two best shooters in the league, probably
Clay
all
takes
time.
11 dribbles to drop 60 points. While Harden
Clay doesn't need to dribble.
Harden needs 300 dribbles.
The ball.
He needs 300 dribbles to drop 60, probably.
Exactly. So that would never work, in my opinion. So I don't know why that was even a rumor. But who do you think, if they had to trade Harden, where do you think he would go?
I don't think he's going to the Nets or the Sixers. Those are the what happened with Kawhi. Ain't no one think Kawhi was going to the Raptors, bro. He's not going to the team he's destined for. What's the point of trading to the Nets if the Rockets are not liking what Dinwiddie and LeVert are doing as young players? They're not trading them to them. They have the they have the full power right now. Harden can try to push his way into the Anthony Davis situation type thing, but at that point, does the Nets really have the best offer available? I think some special team the Toronto that snagged Kawhi, someone's gonna do something like that. I don't know what that team is right now.
An unexpected team, basically. Yeah.
But we can spend hours looking at everyone's roster, seeing if there's a way to this work. But it's just gonna be something weird that's just gonna come out of nowhere, 1 o'clock in the night, and we're gonna find out about Harden got traded to blah blah blah. We'll find out. But I think if the Rockets still want to stay playoff, still want to stay playoff relevant, trade Harden, build around Westbrook. If Harden really truly doesn't want to be in Houston, that's just
I think he just doesn't want to be with Westbrook. I think he's still fine with Houston, probably.
Okay, then if he's fine with, then you need to figure something out with Westbrook, because that's kind of impossible to move.
Yeah.
Unless they do that John Wall Westbrook trade scenario, which I think that's kind of funny. Because the funny thing is the Rockets are gonna ask stuff from the Wizards, because the Wizards are gonna have to give up. It's not gonna be a plain Westbrook Wall swap, because in the Rockets' eyes they're giving up the better player. So the Wizards need to give up.
And Wall hasn't played in a while too, so yeah, probably.
Also, isn't Westbrook's contract a little bit worse than Wall's? I think it lasts longer, something like that.
Yeah, it's worse. Yeah,
so I don't know why would they do that. I say John Wall to someone they probably need to get Al Horford or something the Thunder is a possibility, but I don't think the Wizards want to give up draft picks to the Thunder.
Yeah.
But I think Houston's gonna play it out with the same roster. Looks like they didn't sign any centers or power forwards. They got Christian Wood, but I thought they said that they're gonna sign they're gonna try to change the way they play a little bit, but I guess not. They're playing the same way. The Christian Wood is now the tallest person on the Rockets, 6'10". We'll see what happens with them. They're still playing the same way. I'm guessing this is gonna be a repeat of what happened last year. They're just not. They didn't change how they're playing. I think if they got an Ibaka, that would have been great for them. But instead, they picked up bait on took it on Christian Wood, who for me, Christian Wood is a great player. He carried my fantasy when we had fantasy basketball for the last time. So I think Christian Wood for
the shutdown, he was doing amazing.
Yeah,
those last 2 games, he was amazing.
Yeah, he was 25.6 rebounds and stuff like that. That guy's baller. But I don't expect that coming from Houston, because I don't think he exactly fits how Houston plays.
Houston doesn't use his big man well. He's using Capella. He was never the scorer. He was just there for rebounds.
Yeah.
Some defense, but yeah.
I think if they got a shooting big, that would just unlock their offense.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Atlanta has Capella still.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that.
Yeah. That makes it even weird, awkward with the Okongwu neck. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's gonna end it off. Goku, do you have any final thoughts or anything we should bring up before we end off the video?
No, I'm just excited for this season. I think December end it's gonna start, so 1 month countdown about.
Yeah, it's starting now, and then we're gonna get training camp storylines. I can't wait for the interviews with especially with Harden, because a reporter's gonna ask him about the trade request, and I want to hear his response.
Probably no response. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and it's quick moving. It's not like usual off seasons where we have to wait like 2 months until we see actual basketball. It's only like 1 month, and but also
Exactly.
like,
It's coming up fast.
and also I think preseason starts December 11th. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that also brings up a concern: how quickly do teams gel? Like new constructed teams, like the Lakers or like the Pistons or the Timberwolves, who are just new together. We'll see how quickly they can act like a team. But like the Lakers shown they can, like last year with their players, they were able to connect with their team and become a real team really quickly. So I'm not worried for them, but we'll see. But I think personally, I'm excited to see NBA basketball again. It's been October since we last saw it, and we're coming back in December. That's just excitement for us. It's like 2 NBA finals are gonna be decided in 1 school year. That's like a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. So other than that,
Never
guys.
thought that would happen.
Yeah, we never thought that was happening. I really didn't. This NBA season was great, and I like how the scheduling is working out because players get to go to the Olympics afterwards if they decide to.
Yeah.
Other than that, guys, Project B-Ball we're back now. We're slowly getting back onto our channel. We're gonna upload videos. When regular season starts, we'll probably bring back the review series, but in a different format to change our content a little bit. And we're also having tournaments. Our next tournament is gonna be in like this the Christmas holiday time. We're trying to make it our best ever and trying to get the most people ever and all that type of stuff. Hopefully, you guys can join then. Cole, do you have any comments on the future of Project B-Ball real quick?
Yeah, we're coming back, getting better. So be sure to stay on the lookout. And as Renee mentioned, tournaments, winter break, so sign up for that.
Yeah. Other than that, guys, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.